So good everyone, and welcome to the next part of this tutorial. So this is the most interesting part of this tutorial, which is the 3D floor plan. So we are going to turn this floor plan into a 3D building or a house. So what we are going to do is we are going to copy half of the subjects or half of the floor plan, including this this and this, just half of it, as you can see. So let's see what's remaining. Okay, this is remaining. So I'm going to copy this to the other side of the drawing. As you can see, I'm going to copy this to this direction. So after doing that, the next thing we are going to do, we are going to delete all these blocks, all the interior designs. So let's start deleting them one by one. Okay, we still have some here. Okay, then for the living room also, we have to delete everything. So the next thing for us is this objects, this all the doors. What are we going to isolate them, or we are going to hide them. So what we do, we just click, then we start selecting each and every component that makes up this floor plan door. So we are going to settle down, then we are going to delete, hide everything. As you can see, we are almost done. So I want you to just take your time and do this. As you can see, just take your time, then do the rest, and also the double door. Then we're going to come to this isolate object icon, then click on hide object. As you can see, so we are going to have something like this. So the next step for us is we are going to extend all the lines. So we go to where we have the trim command, then we click on extend, then we start extending all these lines to their various positions. As you can see, start extending this. Okay, then we just do something like this, as you can see. Then okay, I think we have the problem here. Okay, so make sure that there are no double lines, as you can see. So we can simply draw out another line from here, then we can easily track this to this portion, then we click, as you can see. So let's keep on extending all the lines. Let's see from this point. Okay, and the same thing for this place also. Just start extending all the lines so that they can meet. Okay, so there's it. Okay, I think we have another one here. Okay, no, that is not even supposed to. So we are going to easily join or connect this line together. So after doing that, let's see if you can trim out. Okay, I think we have. Then this, let's delete this also. So we are going to have a plain copy, as you can see. So the next step for us is we are going to take this to our 3D view. So one thing I want you guys to know, that make sure your workspace is in 3D modeling workspace. So after you guys have to turn your workspace into 3D workspace, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm still going to repeat it for you guys again. So we come to this gear icon, then we look for 3D modeling and we click. If yours is in mechanical, or depending on the version of your AutoCAD, maybe yours is in drafting and annotation, you can simply change yours to 3D modeling. So after doing that, we can simply change it to our 3D view. So I'm going to have something like this. So the next thing we're going to do is, let's see if we can be able to press pull it. So we come here, then I'm going to stay in between so we can have a boundary. As you can see, it's not working. Why is this not working? Okay, let's try to isolate this object also. Let's isolate this also. So let's try if we can press pull the object. So let's see. Okay, if you can't, this is what we are going to do. So which line is here again? So let's just, so anyway we have two lines, we just simply extend them. So I want you guys to take your time and look for those lines. As you can see, let's see. Okay, so you see you have lines on top each other, so you can simply extend them. As you can see. Okay, then so let's check, make sure that all the lines are properly okay. Then let's check one more time if the press play is going to work. So as you can see, we are in between the boundary and it's still not working. So what we're going to do is let's try and join everything together. So let's join. Okay. So let's use the press play tool again. Okay, as you can see. So after doing that, we can come in between the join, then we click. As you can see, we're going to have something like this. As you can see. Okay, so after doing this, I told you that the height of the building is 3,000. So what we're going to do, we're going to come back, then we type in 3,000 on our keyboard, then enter. As you can see, so if we change our view to realistic or our visual style to realistic, we're going to have something like this. As you can see, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to come back, then we are going to end the isolation so that we can be able to bring back all the objects we hid. So we end the isolation, so they are all back. So the next thing we have to do is we need to isolate this one also. So we can come here, then isolate the 3D objects. As you can see, so we have our other objects in place just the way we left them. So after doing that, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to carve out all the doors and the window. So I want you guys to take note of this process. So the next thing we're going to do, we are going to take our rectangle. Then which one should we start with, the door or the window? Okay, let's start with the window. So for the window, we're going to start from this end point right here. As you can see, then we track it up. And I want you guys to note something. The height of the building, the height of the window from the ground or to the ground is 900. So we can easily come and type in 900, then enter. As you can see. So if you notice, our rectangle is not in a suitable position. All we have to do, we need to make it like in a vertical position. So what we are going to do here is we are going to go to our coordinates, then we click on left, as you can see, because it's at the left hand corner of the screen, or in our directions at the left. So here's the right, here's the left, here's the front, and this direction is also the back. So we're going to put it in the left direction of the coordinates, so we can come back. Then we repeat the same process where we have to track this object in this direction for us to give us 900 of distance. So as you can see, it's now in a better position. So what I'm going to do next is, after doing everything, we can come to our keyboard and type in 914. We hit the tab key, then 914, enter. As you can see, so the next thing we are going to copy this line or this window, so the next position. So what we are going to copy it from this position or from that end point, then we track it to this direction, as you can see. So after doing that, next we are going to track this point. As can we track it up. Then let's see we get to the intersection points. As you can see, this is where the window is supposed to be. So after that we click, then we move on to the next one. We do the same thing. As you can see, we just track it, then we're going to get the perfect alignment. So after that we click, then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to copy this mirror. Know that we have a double window here, so we copy this mirror from this point, then drop it at this point, so we can have a double window. So the next thing we are going to change, we are going to draw another window but in a different direction. So what we are going to do, we are going to change our coordinates to the front coordinates. So we take our rectangle again, then we draw out the first one. We simply track this option. Let's track it. Let's see, distance is let me zoom it inside. We can have a better tracking option. Okay, then the distance is 900, then enter. So we can be able to start from that direction. So after doing that, we go to our keyboard and type in 914. We hit the tab key, then we type in 914 again, then enter. As you can see, so the next one we're going to copy this line to the other side. So we do that, picking it from this point right here to this other point. As you can see, so we have the double window. So after doing that, we don't click on the enter yet, or we don't hit the enter key. So what I'm going to do, we are going to come here, then track this option down, and we are going to place it at the 900 mark. So let's try that one more time. Let's see, we are tracking it in this direction, then 900 as the distance, then enter. As you can see, then we hit the escape key or the enter key. So let's copy this to the other windows at the back. So simply copy it from this point, then we drag this point upwards. As you can see, 900 as the distance. Then the same thing, we do it for this one also. We track it up. Then as you can see, we already have the intersection, so we just have to click. Then we are done with the window. So the next one is the door. So since our view is in the front view, we are going to leave like that. So we select our rectangle again, then we are going to draw a line from this place, as you can see, so this one here to this endpoint. So then we track it up, as you can see. So after doing that, we are going to type in 900 as the width of the door, then we are going to hit the tab key. So the height of the door is going to be 2100, then enter. As you can see, so we have the door. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to copy this door to the other compartment of the floor plan. So we take the copy tool, then we are going to pick it from this midpoint. As you can see, we are going to drop it to the respective midpoints, as you can see. So after doing that, let's just copy everything to its respective midpoints. Okay, and please take note of the points I'm copying them to. As you can see, I'm copying to this point, not this point. So copy to this point right here, as you can see. Then what else again? So let's make use of the other direction. So let's go to the left direction. Then what else? Okay, we have another one. So we take our rectangle again, so we come here, then track, then click on this endpoint, not track actually, then we track these endpoints up, and the height of the door is going to be 900. As you can see, we have a default figure at the first option for the value. We have 900. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that 900. So for us to leave it, we are going to hit the tab key, then we type in 2100 as the height of the door. So after doing that, we can simply come here, then copy this door to the respective part of the building. So you can come here, then you can drop it here, as you can see. You can drop it here, then where else again? Okay, you can also drop it somewhere here, then we escape. Then for the double door, what we are going to do is, let me zoom it in. We are going to construct our own double door. So we are going to click on this rectangle, then we are going to specify this endpoint as the starting point, then this other point as the midpoint, as you can see. Then we have our default number as 1350. So that is the width of the living room door, and so as in obviously the living room door is going to be bigger than the rest of the door in the apartment. So after doing that, we hit the tab key because that is going to be the default number for the width of the door. Then we type in 2100 as the height, as you can see. So after doing that, what we are going to do next is we are going to end the isolation, end the object isolation, as you can see. So we have all the doors and windows in place. So the next thing for us now is we are going to start doing the extrusion and the rest. So the next step here is we are going to extrude all the windows. Let's say we are going to select this window. Let's hold shift to deselect. Then let's select, carefully select all the windows. Shift to deselect. I think I know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to come here, come to tutorialFloor, so I can be able to select them carefully. So we come here, then we select this, then this and this, then enter, as you can see. So let's extrude them to, but all we just need is for it to pass through the thickness of the wall, so we can be able to subtract it. So let me just give you an example. Let's say we're going to extrude it with the length of 600, then enter, as you can see. So if we go back to our realistic visual style, we are going to have something like this, as you can see. So far it comes out of the thickness of the wall. So what I'm going to, let me just show you. So we're going to subtract, or that I thought you guys have to subtract. So this is the object that is going to stay, then this object right here is what is going to vanish after hitting the enter key again, then enter. Then we're going to have something like this, as you can see. So we are going to do that for the many parts of the building. So let's come back to our view. And if yours is like this, please change yours to parallel, as you can see. So I'm going to have a suitable view. So the next thing for us is, let's go back to the extrude command and the 2D wireframe. So let's just continue from there. So I'm going to extrude this, let's say this door, this, and what else? Okay, we have a window here. Then what else? It's a little bit okay, we have another one here. Then we are going to extrude all of them to this direction. It's length of 600, then enter, as you can see. So we are going to subtract all of them. So we go to solid ribbon, then we select the subtract command. So we select the full building wall, enter, then we start selecting all the items. So let's start subtracting them. This, then this. What else? Then we the enter key, as you can see. So let's go back to our realistic, as you can see. So we are almost done. So the next thing for us now is, I think we left out another part. Okay, we left out this one way. So let's just quickly do that. So let's go back to the extrude command, then 600, then enter. Then we go to solid, then we subtract the full building from this tiny door right here, as you can see. So let's do the menu ones. We have this one here and this other one here. I think that is all for the door, for the doors. Okay, look at this one and this one here. So we go back to the extrude command, then we take it to this direction, 600, then enter, as you can see. So we go back to our realistic. So we are going to be having something like this, as you can see. So what we are going to do here is we are going to take our solid ribbon, then subtract, then we just do the whole process we did for subtraction. This, then this, finally, then enter, as you can see. So we have completed all the construction of the door space. So let's go back to our normal view. Parallel. So the next thing for us is let's construct a pillar. So what we are going to do, we are going to take a rectangle, then think, okay, we're still in the front view, so let's go back to top view. So we select the rectangle, then we're going to have something like this. Then for the pillar, let's see, we're going to need them 600 by 600, then enter, as you can see. So we come there, take our circle, then let's track this place, this midpoint and this other midpoint, so we can have the center. So as you can see, you already have the center, so you just can come and click, then draw out a circle. So let's see, our circle should be, the radius should be 200, then enter, as you can see. So the next step here, we are going to extrude this circle with the height of the building, which is 3000, then enter. Oh, I used 300, please forgive me, then enter again 3000, then enter. Then this is going to be extruded with the height of 450, then enter, as you can see. So what I'm going to do, we are going to take this object to the top. So let's copy it from this midpoint right here. Change the visual style to the come here, then let's select the copy command. So let's track these points, so I can have the midpoints. Okay, track it on these points, then we drop it at this midpoint here. So we've created our pillar. So let's go back to our 2D wireframe, our realistic. Then we're going to have something like this. So the next thing for us, we are going to join everything, or we are going to union. So what we do, we come to solid, then we look for union. So after selecting the union command, we can come here, then select all the components of the pillar, then we hit the enter key, as you can see. So everything is going to be selected as one entity. So we go back to our 2D wireframe, then we come back to the home ribbon, then we move this object, move from this point, let's say from this point right here. We're going to move it, let's track this point right here. Okay, so this point, as you can see. Then after doing that, let's mirror this pillar to the other side. So we come and type in mirror, then enter, although we have it at this bottom right here, as you can see, mirror. So this is the object we want to mirror, then enter. So after that, we look for the midpoint of the line, then we take it to this direction, as you can see. Then erase all objects, which is going to be no, because we need to identify objects. So let's go back to our 2D wireframe, our realistic. I'm going to have something like this, even though the distance is not visible yet, but we are going to make changes. So what we do, we select the pillars right here, then we select the move command. So what to do, we click, then we drag to this direction. Let's see, it's going to be 300, then enter. So we have the pillar already in this position. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back to our view, then we look for front view, as you can see. So after doing that, the next step for us is we are going to create a veranda. So we are going to bore a hole in this space right here. So let's go back to the wireframe. So the next thing for us right here is coming. We are going to take our polyline, then from this point right here, say let me change it back to our normal view. So as you can see, it's a bit bulky, so let's undo it. So we are going to isolate these objects, these pillars, or the columns rather. So we take them, we hide. So the next thing now is for us to create the pillar. So what we are going to create a polyline, say something like this. We are going to just retrace it. As you can see, let's say we show that point from this point right here. Let's see if you can track it or not. Then to this point, so where's the other point? Okay, to this point, then we take it back. So after doing that, let's extrude this box to the other side. So I'm going to extrude it with the height of let's jump it here at this midpoint, as you can see. Then we drop it here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to subtract. Let me take it to the front, the realistic view for you guys to see. So as you can see, we have a box right here. So what we're going to do is we are going to subtract this full building and enter from this box. As you can see, then enter. We are going to have something like this. So the next one we are going to bring back our pillars, end of the isolation. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to retrace another line using the polyline command. So after doing that, let's take the polyline again. For that, let's go back to our 2D wireframe. So we have a lot of changes in this process. So let's say a little bit bulky. Okay, we can work through it. Let's say from this point, let's track it. Okay, let's use this point right there. Let's make it a rectangle. Let's see from this point. Let's change it to top view for the coordinates. Then we use it again. Then we should have something like this. 150 by 150, I think. Okay, I think this should be fine. Then we do the same thing for this other pillar. So let's take the rectangle from this point again. Then let's drop it somewhere here. As you can see, I think it's that way. It's in the middle. See. Okay, let's drop it here and see. So let's go back to our realistic. Okay. So we have something like so. All we have to do is we need to extrude it downwards so that we can create that veranda design. So let's say we extrude it downwards. Let's say with the height of let's say 500, then enter. As you can see, so we are going to have that veranda design, as you can see. So let me take it back to the original view. Let's change it to parallel. As you can see, so we have this design of the house. So as you can see, as easy as it is. So in the next video, we are going to be adding the roof and so on and so forth. So with that, we are going to complete the AutoCAD course. So stay tuned for the other video or the next video. So thank you then. God bless you.